Let me put on my pod voice. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Galaxy Greg, and welcome back to another episode of the Bmore Nerdy Podcast, specifically episode 54. And with me today is DJ T. Jones.
What's going on, everybody?
And a lady that I like to call the Prez. What would you like to go by on the pod?
Just you could call me Mina or Prez, or my IG is just the Black Taku. So some people just decided to call me Taku.
See,
Taku.
I'm gonna tell you why I like calling you Prez in a minute. But yeah, we got Prez, Mina, Black Taku from IG, aka the president of the DMB Anime Club. So go ahead and shout yourself out. Give us your socials, what you like to do. Go give us all of it. Go ahead. Now's your time.
Okay. I started to dabble in cosplay last year as just a little side hobby, something to do during the pandemic. And in 2019, I started a group chat, which eventually turned into the DMB Anime Club. And yeah, the DMB Anime Club is DMB Annie Club on all socials, and then my socials are all the Black Taku, so TikTok, IG, Twitter, all of that. It's all the same. So check us out.
You heard it here, folks. So make sure you follow her because her cosplays are actually really good. I like them a lot. So shout out to you. I've met you one solid time, and that was for the field day where Bmore, dominated in tug of war. You feel me? Because we strong like that.
Tug of war.
But no, we was struggling and everything else. But with that being said, let's get into the part where we just ask about each other's weeks. That's how we like to start the pod. I like to ask how everybody's week's going, how everybody's week's been. So, you can start. We love having our ladies go first. Mm-hmm. So, how's your week been? What have you been up to this week?
I've just been working. I do actually have a 9-to-5, so I go to work every day in the morning. I'll go to the gym. And then, since we're working remotely, I kind of handle the club stuff while I'm at work, which I'm probably not supposed to do, but I do it anyway. So I would say my job's pretty chill right now. I just graduated in December, so, I'm in my...
Congratulations.
Congrats, most definitely, yeah.
I'm just in my career start, so it's pretty basic stuff. But yeah, my week's been pretty chill. What about you guys?
DJ? Okay, Dean, you gotta go because you're definitely in my PC. Go ahead, buddy. TJ, how's your week been?
My week's been good so far. I mean, just to start, we're halfway there, but it's been it's been very chill. Getting a lot of good work done. That's about it. I don't know highlights yet.
That's good. I mean, my week's been relatively chill as well. I wish I had the luxury of working remote, but my job, I'm still going in. It's a pain in the ass. But tis working. But like we said, congratulations. I didn't know that you were younger than me. Actually, I thought you were like my age or older.
Oh no,
not in a bad way.
I just turned 23.
Oh no, you're same age as me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I graduated last year, and speaking of graduation, this week has all been preparation for homecoming this weekend at Morgan State. I'm gonna be there.
Oh, yes, we are. Live in effect.
I never went to Morgan State's homecoming.
Go, you'll see us there.
If you're available this weekend.
Yeah, if you're available, go. We'll hang out. Join the posse.
Saturday. It's like a Saturday thing.
It's Saturday. It's all day. Food, drinks, all the partying. Your boy gonna be strolling. I've been learning my strolls this week. Getting right.
I heard.
Yeah, buddy. Made some drinks. I got hella drinks made, man. Hella. Oh yeah. I got the Blue Boy. I got the Red Queen. We just made another one tonight. It's called the Crown, but that's the Queen's Crown because I don't like that one. I'll make my own crown.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. I'll ask my friends if they're going. I do know Friday I have something, but Saturday I'm usually free.
Tough. All right, let's hop right into the interview. So this is the part where we just ask our burning questions that all of our listeners want to know, as well as ourselves. Usually Diva's the toxic one, but I guess I'll take that portion today. But for one thing, most definitely. So, how did you get into cosplay? You know, there's a lot of talk about black cosplayers now and the hate they get from the YT people sometimes. But how did you decide, no, this is something I'm going to do?
I kind of had a lot of friends who were already into it. And so I was just like, let me try, let me see what I can do. And so it started out, very simple. I think I did it before at like conventions, but never just like to do it and, take pictures. So I did it and I took some pictures and it went well. And people were like, yeah, you should keep going. And so then I kind of realized that I liked, I really like gender bending, male characters and making them, into a feminine form, because I think it's something about seeing like your fave male character as like an attractive female version. I think it's pretty funny. But yeah, I realize that's what I like doing. Although I am kind of on a small break right now because I'm kind of dealing with club stuff. But eventually I will get my little train back moving. But yeah, it was just a little experiment hobby thing that turned into a successful side hobby thing, and so far it's going pretty well.
Okay. This is the Be More Nerdy podcast. So let me get your top 3 favorite animes, because gotta give me them.
Dorohedoro, One Punch Man, and the third one, it varies, I guess, by mood. Sometimes it's Bleach, sometimes it's AOT, sometimes it's Fruits Basket. It kind of moves around between those 3.
All good picks. I've seen all of those, so that's good. Good. You said Dorohedoro?
Dorohedoro.
Oh, yeah. Dorohedoro. I thought you meant like the one that they reanimated. I was like, oh damn.
It's so good. I really like seinen titles. Way more than shonen. I think it's just because I'm older. You kind of move away from shonen sometimes. But it's really good. And then the mangaka was like, if it does really well, because they put it on Netflix, and they were like, if it does really well, they'll consider season 2. So please support. But people are not. First of all, it has a lot of CGI, which, people are very iffy about. And then it was also just like a darker story. It's a lot of blood and it's like a trippy anime. And so I could see why that's not appealing to a lot of people, but I loved it. So
I understand. No, most definitely. Go ahead, TJ. You had a question?
Yeah. So what was your first love into the anime culture? What brought you in?
It was, when we were younger, we all like, the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! We all did that without even, well, me at least, I didn't realize, I was not consciously like, oh, I'm going to watch anime. It was just kind of there. My first anime was Attack on Titan. And even that, I had heard about it. Like I was walking with my sister in like a library and she knew about it. And she was like, yeah, that's Attack on Titan. It's anime. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then I was, bored one day watching Netflix shows and I saw it and I was like, oh, I remember my sister telling me about that. And I watched it and I fell into the rabbit hole from there.
Okay. So you're actually more recent anime watcher in like general, like large scale.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Considering the big things you're doing now, geez, congrats.
Yeah, thanks. It's sort of just me wanting to find people around me that are into the same thing, because unfortunately a lot of my friends were definitely not into anime, which was the purpose of creating the club, so I could have friends who I could talk about whatever shows or we could watch together, things like that.
Definitely, that's the reason for this. But one of the reasons for this pod, we wanted to be able to unite those same people who especially black people who might have a love or want to get into it, and we want to just guide them and show them.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's awesome. All right. So let's start the toxic questions that Diva would ask. So Diva would probably say something on the lines of, have you ever thought of starting a private account or OnlyFans account around lewd or nude anime cosplaying?
I've thought about it, but then I think about, I did major in like political science and I wanted to go into foreign policy, which involves government jobs.
Oh,
So
you don't
I
want them
was
to dig
like,
that dirt up.
yeah, I was like, this is probably not a good idea for me. But I have lots of friends who do it, and I support their content. I'll repost it and I'll share because I do get like, random men who will DM me like, hey, do you have OnlyFans? Or hey, do you sell this? I'm like, I do not, but my friend does it.
I was about to ask you, what's the weirdest like DM you've gotten from a fan or a random guy or girl, like that just hit you on some weirdo time?
Yeah, pretty recently, like I think like last month, I posted like a sundress picture or something, and some guy DM'd me. He was asking me kind of like for this, degrading. He wanted me to basically degrade him on Skype with like my feet on the camera and pretend to stomp him out. And I was
the video of the TikTok trend. Stomping the camera with the music.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I want this. Like, I want it on Skype. I want you to, wear this and this. And I was like, no.
Bro, you're going to have to take that somewhere else, weirdo.
Like, men, a lot of times, I don't know why they don't just ask the actual, like, sex workers for the content that they actually, excel at. Like, that's what they do. Why?
It's just the psychology around it.
Yeah, it's like, why ask me? I don't have any OnlyFans or any of that type of stuff on my page. It's kind of like, I feel like it's so easily accessible. Why go out of your way to find someone who doesn't do it and try to
it's also the internet too. People feel like they can ask you any kind of question they want to.
It's the anonymity of it all.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The fact that no one knows who you are, where you live, or your name unless you want them to. It's like a false sense of security.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a two-parter. So when you did your first cosplay, how nervous were you? And then how gracious were you for the response that you got? Like, did you know that was going to come, the response that you got?
I wasn't really nervous, but I didn't think it was going to, like, blow up or anything. I mean, I've had stuff blow up on, like, Twitter and stuff, but it wasn't cosplay related. So I was, that wasn't, like, that hard to deal with. But it did, the first one I did, it did okay. And then I think, like, the second one did really well. And I was very surprised at, the outcome. And it was just kind of like, okay, cool. I guess I can, I guess this is working for me.
Okay. So my final question is, if you were given the opportunity to do cosplay, I would say full time, or got some type of sponsor that was paying for your lifestyle, would you take that over your hopeful dreams in political science?
Is it paying well?
It pays $70K a year.
That's a little low for my major.
Talk your shit.
Talk your shit. Yeah, talk your shit. Flex on us harder.
When you get to, out of the initial stages, you're averaging, in the 80s, the 90s, especially like foreign policy, all the nonprofits out there, especially you can do a lot of international travel with it, I think I would still choose that over cosplaying, it would still remain a side hobby, and I could maybe use that traveling to get some cosplays in cooler locations maybe, but I think I would still choose my major.
Right, facts. Okay. TJ, you got any other burning questions you want to ask?
I have a bunch of questions. Okay, so with your day-to-day and managing the DMV Anime Club, how stressful is that and how supportive is your team?
It used to be very stressful. And I'm more of a, like, unfortunately, it's a good and bad thing, but I'm one of those people who's like, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done right. And I kind of had to start relying on my Espada and my mods to help me with certain things, especially things like dues, because I would be sitting there before when I wouldn't ask people for help, I would be sitting there for like a week organizing, 300 people's money, and it was just a lot. And then getting people to listen and making rules and having structure and organization, it was definitely a process that we had a lot of rough patches for, especially me being a woman in charge. We've had a lot of issues in the beginning with that. A lot of people would say things like,
Not
"Oh,
respecting your authority.
yeah," they would say things like, "We feel more comfortable with a man in charge or a man as the vice president or in some type of leadership," and it's kind of like,
In this day and age, people are still saying that.
I
yeah,
was about to say that shit. That shit's crazy. Like, bro, you beta male incel, fuck.
It was like a whole thing. It's like if you ask anybody in the club who was there, they'll tell you about the whole thing. They, left in solidarity, like the men, and they, were kind of revolting. And it is what it is. I think my leadership style changed a lot. Before, I was kind of very much a people pleaser. It was kind of like, okay, I have to make everyone happy. So, I was trying to negotiate with them. Today, it's very much you can get with it or you can get lost. I don't really care. And I, am glad I have had this growth because I would say the leadership style before was very challenging and it put a lot of stress because I felt like I was often veering off of the path I wanted for the club to try to, make things okay with people who, in the end, they're not even here. So it's kind of like I would have been making changes for people who weren't even, going to be permanent in the club.
Big facts. I like that.
How long did it take for the club to actually start off, like to just take off? Because you're saying about 300 members. How many members do you have, like, currently?
I would say it's about
fuck ton.
It's like 400 or like 390 or something like that. But we started with a Twitter group chat. I was just tweeting like, hey, who's in the DMV and wants to, make a DMV group chat. And it was like 20 people. They were like, oh, make a Discord. Like this was never like a long time like thing I wanted to make. It just sort of happened. So we had like 20 people in a Discord and that was January 2019. People were, how Discords and group chats are. You talk for a bit and then it dies. So it died until maybe June. Nobody talked. June, we got up. We were like, okay, let's revitalize. And we removed the inactives and had people back. And the ball has been rolling since then. The pandemic did take a huge toll on us. The chat was inactive for a while. I wasn't talking in there because it was just nothing we could do. We couldn't go to meetups. We couldn't plan meetups. We had to stop dues, so we couldn't pay for meetups even if we wanted to. But I think now we're, getting back on track because it definitely put a major pause in things and in the momentum we had in March 2020.
Well, I would like to thank you because I actually haven't joined yet, but I was actually talking to someone else that's in there, and I was talking to Greg as well, and I was just like going through stuff on Instagram. I was like, I think I found my tribe. I said, I'm definitely joining. I'm a big nerd.
Trying to bring them to the field day, but
no, I don't want to hear that, Greg. You left me. You went to the field day without me.
Wait. Let me explain myself before I'm made to be the criminal here.
I always make you the criminal on here, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you do. That's the narrative you have for me. But what is it? I tried to ask her, but she was really busy. Like she was answering questions. I couldn't come to like Q&A because I had like work shit to do. Mm-hmm. But I tried to ask the question of, hey, is it okay if I bring a guest who was vaccinated? But no one had the answer. And I was like, I don't know. And then I ended up leaving without him. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, definitely.
You left me.
Definitely. Just, go on either the IG or the Twitter and fill out the little Google form, the Google form has been great. Because before it would be people would DM and I have to ask them those stupid questions. Now people do it themselves. People don't really like the Google form though because we kind of use it to weed people out, like because we do remove people who are inactive or things like that. So we ask you up front, like, are you active or do you tend to be inactive in Discords or large group chats? And if you mark inactive, I don't add you. And I will tell you, straight up, like we prefer to only add people who will be active and contribute to the community. And people usually are understanding, but then you'll have people who will argue it down and say, oh, well, I feel like I can contribute this way. And I'm like, that's very nice, but I have to kind of maintain the path I want for my group.
Your Nindo way.
Yeah.
So out of all your cosplay you have done so far, which one is your favorite?
I would say the ones that I had to do a lot of hands-on work. So like Broly, I had to make the armor myself, and that was my first time doing an armor build. And I would say it was pretty good for a first time. I should have went back and done like a top coat over the paint because it did start to chip or from like where my arms were rubbing, it would like rub off. But I would say Broly. Madara was also a fun build, and people enjoyed watching. I like filmed the process of me making that. People tend to like Diane for other reasons, but Broly is probably my favorite. Like the hair was fun, and the armor is fun, and yeah.
Do you have a dream cosplay idea that you just have like brewing in the back of your head, but you just haven't figured out how to execute that one yet?
I have a lot of ideas. I wouldn't say any of them is like a very prominent dream. I do know I want to do Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul, and I know which way I want to do it. I just haven't gotten around to putting it together. But I've mostly been on a short little, it hasn't been short actually, but a little break. I think I, kind of went hard and then burned myself out a little. So kind of taking a little recharge before I get back into it. Because I know I'm cosplaying again for Anime NYC in November. So I want to make sure I have all the energy to get that together. Because we're doing Jujutsu Kaisen and Cells at Work.
Nice.
Love both those shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Greg, have you watched Cells at Work yet?
I have watched Cells at Work. It was very entertaining.
I remember telling you about it. I didn't rewatch it.
I didn't watch the second season. I finished the
Oh
first
my
one.
gosh, yeah. It's so different than the first. Like, first of all, they swap all the genders. So the red blood cells are, they're boys now. And then the white blood cells they're girls now. But the body, like before, I felt like it was very much, giving, learning about the body, Osmosis Jones type, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's what I told Greg when I was like, it's like Osmosis Jones, but an anime.
Yeah,
you gotta watch it.
That is also on Netflix. If you haven't ever seen it, watch it. It's fucking amazing.
The second season, though, it's a little dark, and then that's why it's code black, because the body is on code black. And I'm not gonna spoil. It's just know whoever's body this is, they are not taking care of it, and they are in there stressing. Whoever's body this is, they don't care.
So really like Osmosis Jones, because that man ate a boiled egg that fell in the monkey cage.
Oh, yeah, he didn't care.
Yeah, this body, they doing drugs, they're smoking, they're drinking, they're, sick. They got a STD, like, I'm just like, whoever's body this is, they, need some type of rehab or whatever, because I feel so bad for all them organelles inside.
I got way more questions. I could pick your brain all night. All right, so favorite anime fight scene?
Anime fight. I could be, cliche and do like Levi and Beast Titan.
Oh, that's a great one.
But I do really like Mob Psycho.
Yes, let's go.
Mob Psycho fight scenes. I think it was the versus the father, the dad, I forget his name, in the second season. I really like that. I just really like One's work. So I think that's it, because I was definitely going to say One Punch Man, Saitama and Geno's training, if that counts as a fight scene. But in the first season animation was, very top tier. Second season, I won't speak on it, but.
All right, so that's your favorite fight scene. What is your favorite overall anime scene? Something that you can go back and watch. It may give you the feels or something like that.
The feels, probably something from Fruits Basket. So Kyo finally, confessing to Toru. I loved it. That I haven't cried much in anime, and that didn't make me cry. But
Damn near close.
yeah, it was more like it was very much like, oh my gosh, like finally.
Yeah, I remember watching Fruits Baskets way back when I was younger. Because I actually started by watching like some shonen, but mostly shogos and like harems. And that was one of the more slow-paced ones I watched, and I liked a lot. Had no idea why. Like I can't go back and watch it now, but I liked it back then.
Yeah, this is I watched the reboot. So that was like, I think it was like the 99 version
Yeah,
and then there's the 2019 version, or is it 29? It's recent.
Yeah,
that version too. The animation style is a little different, but yeah, it's still good.
definitely.
What is an anime? This may get you in trouble. What is an anime that everyone loves that you just can't stand?
Black
What's the hell
Clover.
you going?
Black
Whoa,
Clover.
wait! I love Black Clover. What?
I knew this was gonna get you in trouble. Let's go.
I tried. I tried. I think I tried twice.
Is it Asta's yelling?
Yeah, that, and I don't know if it's the story. I tend to not watch like the theme of like fairy tale, like how they got that similar like medieval like like fairy tale, Black Clover, Seven Deadly Sins. They all have that similar.
I hate fairy tale.
I do like Seven Deadly Sins though, but yeah, Black Clover. I don't know. I tried to start it twice, and I wasn't.
Meliodas is a pedophile. Changed my mind.
That's 100% true.
I feel like it's complicated. Like
it is complicated, but it's still true.
He watches his wife, die and come back to life, and I feel like he's kind of just like protecting her from the moment she's reincarnated. I don't think it's like.
Don't get me wrong. I love Meliodas
protect
to
her
death.
without groping her though, right?
Well,
No,
yeah, I think
because he has plans for that groping.
Yeah, the groping is a little much. It's the they do the
Think
same
about it like
thing.
this: if I gotta see you die
checking her vitals.
33, if I gotta see you die 33 times, and I gotta wait until you turn 18 to do said groping, look, I'm gonna get as much in before the 3 days that cause you to die happen.
Gross. There's no way you can justify it.
I'm not justifying. I'm just saying I understand his method of thinking. Still weird though.
It is weird. It is weird. But I mean,
but there's weirder anime tropes like Hunter x Hunter. Freaking guy wanted to fuck Killua, so.
Oh yeah, and then the girl who went on the date with Gon, like that was a little weird to me. But I was like,
yeah, like come on, there's a lot more weird anime tropes out there, so. Man, anime's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people should put their attention towards Bond and Elaine. Like, I mean, Meliodas, I have an explanation for that. I don't have an explanation for Bond.
That man just like children.
Like, I don't.
You like lollies.
The last season, when she was pregnant, I was like,
How'd that get in there? We use magic? Oh no, you use natural means? Oh, okay. I got questions.
I have no idea. I just know, like, they were like, talking about, Mom was talking about, oh yeah, Elaine's due soon. And I'm like, oh boy, when did
buddy, you actually did it.
Like, it's just kind of weird. He's like that. He's literally like 7 or 8 feet, I think, and she's like 3.
I don't know, 3. Able to suck dick weird. Without getting on her knees. That's kind of insane. That's too much of a difference. That's terrifying.
On top of looking like a child, she's very small. It's very weird. So I kind of don't pay attention to them.
It was funny how they were fighting over who's cuter.
Cuter?
Yeah, they were like fighting, and he was like, Elaine's the cutest, obviously. Okay, yeah. He's like, have you not seen my girl over here? That's all me.
The relationships in that show, they don't make sense. Like first of all, King and Diane doesn't make sense. I mean,
King
like,
can shapeshift, so and Diane can shrink, so like they can make this work. They really can.
That's the work, but for the most part, she's not shrinking all the time.
No,
so it's like,
they got some weird stuff going on, my guy.
Everybody's relationship is weird on that show. Everybody.
Come on, man.
Even Merlin, like, didn't she could have had
Merlin and Escanor?
She could have had Escanor, but her attention was on Arthur.
Until Escanor's Escanoring.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions, TJ?
Oh yes. What do you have another segment you want to get into?
We have all the segments to get into, my
Oh,
guy.
okay. All right, last one. I'll finish off with this one.
Makes great content.
what was the greatest? Not greatest, but what was the biggest turnout? Which event for the anime club was the biggest turnout?
Biggest turnout, like most successful, like in terms of how it went, or like biggest like amount of people.
Either or, give us both.
Okay. Most amount of people might have been either the Baltimore party in 2020, or the Halloween party. One of those. They were both like townhouse size houses. So, wow. And then the most successful event I would say is the cookout we had in August, or the Halloween party from 2019. Yeah, both of those, like, we posted and people went crazy and online. Oh my gosh, I need to join. But every time we go viral, a lot of shit talking happens on Twitter. It's very funny. We have a lot of unhappy ex.
Talking like what?
Saying things like, "Oh, y'all think the club is like this, but it's really, blah blah blah." Hating shit. It's normal. I'm pretty used to it now. It used to bother me before, but now I'm kind of used to it. Like there was a whole thread made about like, the D&V anime club. I be hearing things about them. I'm just like, you're hearing from people who have been banned for, bad stuff.
Yeah, for reasons.
Of course, you're not going to hear good stuff because they are upset that they're banned. But they don't like hearing that part. And I don't really care enough to go correct them because I know who is in the club. And if they're in the club, usually they're pretty satisfied with their time there. So
that's good.
All right.
Let's take us to our next segment.
Let's go. But wait, before we go to the next segment, I just wanted to say the reason I like calling you Prez is because, which was weird to me that those dudes were like, flipping out that a woman was the president, because in hella animes, the class president is usually a woman or like some really strict guy, but most times it's a woman. And I was like, man, this is fitting all the anime tropes for me. And it was just tough, so I liked it. And yeah, so you're Prez.
Well, thanks. I did go by, my chat name was Ria's Grimmery for a very long time.
Not Ria's, you like High School DxD?
I do.
Oh, we're gonna get along great. That is my shit.
You guys are gross.
It's so good. My man is fueled by titties and nothing else. Really went to whooping somebody's ass.
You can tell the freaking somebody if they watch High School DxD.
Like, bruh, that's crazy. All right. Besides me nerding out over High School DxD, which is getting another season, but it's on hold because of COVID. First news topic. We are getting into what's known as the BNN, everybody, which is the Bmore Nerdy News. We got a lot of news this past week. A lot has been happening. But first, we're starting off with one of the most controversial, but also the most interesting. I have a decent amount to say, but all in all, you'll hear my opinion, and TJ's, and Prez. I wish Diva was here because she had a lot to say. We talked about this one-on-one. But first news point is that on the the day of coming out, DC had one of their characters come out. John Kent, the son of Superman, in the New 52, he came out as bisexual. So that had a lot of people up in arms, but because he is Superman in the New 52, because shit happened with Superman, but he's now the new Superman. So they said the way they said it made more people outraged than what it really was, and once people knew what it was, they kind of shut the fuck up. I apologize, which I find fucked up, but still. Thoughts on this news point, everybody?
I think, again, I get it was coming out day. I feel like it's not really that, controversial enough to put out as like, I don't like how they keep making announcements that, oh, this character is this and that. I mean,
Yeah.
If you want to, create a sense of normalcy, I don't think it's something that you need to keep announcing like it's some extravagant whatever. It's just supposed to be normal, They're dating who they want.
Yeah, like just make the character bisexual. Don't actually make a whole big announcement, big statement about it. I'm glad that the bisexual community has representation in their comic books and the stuff that they like to view. But it's just the way that they do it. It's like the same thing when like Target always advertise, "Hey, we got black-owned products." It just feels like it just feels like you're like a cash grab kind of thing, and it's just like it's not genuine. It doesn't feel genuine anymore. You take out of it by announcing like that.
I also want to play devil's advocate because this is an interesting conversation. Devil's advocate. Let's make the announcement because some people might not know who John Kent is, or that he is bisexual, because this is Superman we're talking about, headliner superhero for movies. That's how I kind of process it. I always like to look at things from both sides. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I think that this made a certain group of people upset because they thought they were trying to gay wash Superman. I wasn't upset. I just think that rather than make announcements like, hey, Superman's gay or bisexual now, let's do that. Rather than do that, just promote the plethora of LGBTQ plus characters there are and bring them more to the limelight. Like similar how the MCU is bringing a lot of characters that people have never even heard of in mainstream media, like the Eternals, Shang-Chi, things like that. Bring those more to the forefront rather than keep recycling the same characters over and over and over again.
Especially when they say, "Oh, we're going to make Batman black. We're going to make Superman black." How about all the black characters that already exist, or the gay characters that already exist? Batwoman,
yes,
lesbian.
Batwoman, Harley Quinn. We all knew it, but I don't know why they announced it. Like Harley Quinn was always bisexual.
Harley Quinn always been bisexual, so like promote that.
Like put those characters more in the forefront, give them a chance. And I'm glad that they did Harley Quinn because like her show is actually very good. If you haven't seen it, watch Harley Quinn. It's great. Yeah. Fucking hilarious.
Now, you want to play devil advocate? I'm going to do the same. So, for Harley Quinn thing, I can see why they would like to make Superboy, because it's different when you have a female bisexual. People are way more accepting of that, just how our society is, rather than a male that's bisexual. So I can see them going with a male and trying to promote that.
And you're not wrong, because they also tried to do the same thing a few pods ago. We talked about it, where Tim Drake is also bisexual.
Yeah, well, we already knew that.
But I just think that more characters of the LGBT community need to be pushed to the forefront rather than recycling, every iteration of Batman in every universe. No, just give me the same universe. Just give me character X. I thought it was weird that a lot of people didn't know that Deadpool was pansexual.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just one of those things where I feel like they are trying to pander, whether we like it or not, but they're pandering to people who don't even read any of the comics or watch the movies, because I feel like if you just let it play out into the story, whoever is already the consuming audience, they're gonna take that in without these kind of cringy announcements.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. But this also leads me into the second news point. The Battle of the Super Sons is a CGI movie being created by DC Animations. Their movies are all fucking great, so I'm going to be watching this. But it's about Damian and John Kent. So I'm interested in what it's going to be about, because it's a movie specifically about those two, the murder boy wonder and Superman's son. Bruh. Gotta see it.
100% here for it. I love the DC animation universe. Hate the DC universe. the
DCU pisses me off. Why can't y'all just hire whoever the fucking directors are for the animated movies and put them on? Cause, bruh, them animated movies.
Even some of the TV shows, like when Titan tried to adapt the Red Hood, the Under the Red Hood animation movie, and then make it into the TV show. They did it horribly. It was so bad. It was so bad. I'm like, what were you guys thinking?
Do you watch Titans, Prez?
No.
It's okay the first season, then after that it kind of starts going downhill because they try to rush everything and add it too fast.
That's the live action one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I am much more of an animated gal.
Yeah, don't watch it.
I recommend to stay that way. Speaking of animated, good job helping me get to my next point. Young Justice Phantoms is now out on HBO. I don't know if y'all have watched Young Justice, but to my listeners, watch Young Justice. That is essentially, basically the storyline behind Young Justice is all the sidekicks are tired of being sidekicks. And they're like, we don't want to do sidekick shit. We want to do, we're good as you, if not better. And Batman's like, you're right. So he gives them their own private covert ops team. And they go on their own missions. They have their own base. They have their own shit. Like, and it's just them doing their thing. And sometimes they work in conjunction with the Justice League. This is the 4th season. The other 3 seasons were tough as hell. You get to see characters you don't get to see often. What is that kid's name? You get to see Aqualad. Aqualad's black and bisexual, by the way. Another bisexual character I forgot about. You get to see Magellan. You get to see Connor, which is technically Superman and Lex Luthor's son. You get to see Real Beast Boy. You can see a lot of people, and it's very comical but very action packed. If you've never seen it, like a big thing in the first season was like Robin was like, "Why does no one ever say stay whelmed? Why is it always overwhelmed or underwhelmed? Why is no one ever just whelmed?" So that was a fun little thing that they did season 1.
I think Young Justice was very well done. I hate that they keep taking these long breaks in between doing the next portion. The storyline's really good. Animation's decent for like what DC usually does, is like in their general realm of animation. It brings a whole new light to basically like what you call the Teen Titans. Mm-hmm. And it has a more adult view to it, because you know how cartoons go. As soon as you have something good like Teen Titans, you have to go make a Teen Titans Go.
Okay, wait a minute. I like Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go has some episodes like, all right, that was dope. And then some stuff like, okay, come.
The Joker episode where they all went up to the camera and did all the different Jokers, that was good. I like that shit.
But I really like the episode where they kind of came for everybody who was complaining about Teen Titans Go. And they, like, basically, their favorite superhero show got canceled, and they went to Warner Brothers and wrote angry letters. And they were really just picking fun at all the people who have, I guess, complained to Warner Brothers or whoever about Teen Titans Go. And I love when they, do stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's not, Teen Titans Go wasn't made for us. Yeah. It was made for, like your little brother, your little cousin. But I still watch it because,
I understand what they're doing with it, because they did the same thing with the Thundercats. I understand it's introducing a younger generation into the culture that wasn't going to get it from what we were watching. So basically, like we grew up watching Teen Titans. That was for us. The younger generation needs something different. They always got to reinvent it to bring them in, keep bringing more people into the characters that we love, to introduce them into it. So I understand what it's for. It's just like some stuff wasn't for me. Like I said, the Thundercats. I haven't even watched that show, but I've seen the previews. I was like, I'm not watching that. That's crazy. They redid the Thundercats like that.
I just came to the realization that our generation grew up with so much violence. Like, y'all talking about like Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. Like, Teen Titans had some serious violence in it. Like, they got infected in their cells with something that just kept electrocuting them till they were gonna die. Powerpuff Girls. Simple, innocent show. They were beating the brakes off of Mojo Jojo.
They were.
They beat the hell out of him several times. It's like to the point he's like crying and crippled, his head all bleeding. I'm like, Jesus.
Missing teeth, bloody head. They ripped off the monster's arm or some shit, and like we just like, oh, yay, Powerpuff Girls. Like,
I mean, we just kind of took from generations before us, because even before, think of all the old cartoons where they kind of got, look at Bugs Bunny,
You right.
and look at what is his name? The hunter boy, the hunter guy who's, with the guns.
Elmer Fudd.
Yeah,
Yep.
like
Yep.
it's just a different, form of violence every generation. I think they've really toned it down for the current one, but yeah.
No, that's facts. All right, next point. Since we're on DC, Milestone Media. If you don't know, they're a partner with DC. They have characters such as Icon, Rocket, Static Shock,
And
and
best black characters ever.
Best black characters around. They just never assimilated into DC because they knew they had something. So DC literally has to rent the characters from them to use them in anything. And I think that's the most amazing thing ever. But Milestone Media they're making a CGI animated movie. And they're using DC Animated Studios to help. And it's going to be featuring Static, Icon, Rocket, and Hardware all together. Not much news is out about this, but wanted to tell you guys about it to get ready, because there also is a live action Static Shock Static Shock show being made, and I'm excited for that still, because I love Static Shock. He's my favorite superhero, favorite power, all that.
I need to go back and rewatch.
Static Shock was amazing. Like,
it's been a while.
Oh, you got to rewatch it. Like, even the episode with Richie where he was introduced to like his first view of someone being racist towards him.
Yeah.
Like, that show was touching points like early, like season 1. They were doing this shit.
Yeah, so it was really good. I am all the way here for Milestone doing what they do. Like, even with Young Justice, they introduced those characters into it, and that's what I always say about black characters. Like, they wanted to make Superman black. Icon is an amazing character that you can build off of and introduce into the black community without just, hey, let's give you a black Superman. Mm-hmm. Icon's great. Static Shock is great. Even with, you just want to stick with DC, Mr. Terrific, which is like one of the richest persons, richest and smartest person in the DC universe.
Facts. People don't know about Mr. Terrific. I only learned about him from like a project I had to do at school, but still, like, he's actually the third smartest person in the DC universe, and he's actually richer than Bruce Wayne. So That's interesting. His powers, he doesn't have powers, but he's really smart. He has like 12 PhDs. He's really cool, actually. Like, look into him if you never knew. That being said, one more thing in the two more things in the animated, but adult animation. Attack on Titan trailer just came out. It's releasing in January, part 2 of the final season. Huh?
I said, God damn it, I didn't watch that. I gotta watch that.
Yeah. The show, the manga ended last summer.
Yeah, I have avoided spoilers this whole entire series, and I've
been wanting to spoil it for so many people, but I'm just a good person, apparently.
Yeah, let's not do that.
If people ask me, I tell them about it, but otherwise I have said nothing. I've kept my lips sealed. I've just been telling people. People were like, yo, that season 4 was amazing. I'm like, oh, y'all at the first part. The ending is crazy. So get ready for that. Buckle up, kids. Yeah, it's about to be a bumpy ride.
I've heard so much that, I'm prepared. I'm fully prepared. Like, I've heard.
Are you really prepared?
Yes, I've seen some tidbits that I probably didn't need to see. So, and heard some things. So, I'm ready. I'm not, I've only cried twice watching anime, and I don't think it's gonna be this.
Are you a manga reader?
Will you cry during? Let me just run through everything that happens. You might tear up at 2 parts, but you won't cry. Promise.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that type of party for me.
All right, one more animation thing, and that is that Big Mouth returns November 5th. And this season, they are going to be focusing on the Hate Worm, who is Keke Palmer, played by Keke Palmer.
That's cool.
Yeah. I didn't finish the last season.
Last season was iffy, but I like the fact that they're exploring all the aspects of like the mental of someone going through puberty. Like, at first it was just a funny show about being horny, but then someone got depression, and now everybody's experiencing anxiety. Like, I like that. I like that it's evolving, and it's not just horny dick jokes all the time. There's still horny dick jokes, but it's coupled with some real shit now, like, that people are facing.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go finish the last season. I don't know when, but I'll just
November 4th, right before the next season starts.
I mean, I got like halfway through, so it's not like I have the whole season to do.
Yeah. I just hope Nick bucks up because that nigga's gonna end up alone. All right. Power Ghost returns November the 21st. If anybody here is a Power fan.
No.
Really?
I watched the first Power, and then they started doing all this extra stuff, more spin-offs and stuff like that. I quit. I was like, I'm done.
Fine.
I am not a fan of prolonging shows and drawing them out for cash grabs. That's why I will not watch One Piece. My friends will kill me.
You've already watched One Piece, liar.
I didn't catch up because it's so long and ridiculous, and they don't want it to end because they love what they're getting from it. And I did hear that it gets amazing.
It does. It is amazing right now.
But my pride will not let me finish it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't think One Piece falls into the, going.
It just has a long story.
I feel like it's one of those shows where, yes, it is very long, but it's long and you can enjoy the process. But a lot of people get caught up and, they want to be done to say they're done, and then they realize it's very long and they won't be able to say they're done for a long time. Whereas I feel like you should be enjoying the ride.
Yeah, Otis told us that he has the ending written, so because he gets sick often, if he gets sick and dies, he's like, someone's gonna finish it, and he said it's supposed to finish in about 3 years. So 3 years in manga time is not that long. That's like 2 more arcs.
Do we have any sense of what the One Piece is?
No.
All right. It's been all these years. We have no hint whatsoever.
Some people speculate that the One Piece is back on Luffy's home island.
That would be great. That would be great. I would love that, and I would go watch it and finish it just for that.
But yeah, he only got a few more years left in it. Like, I'm just enjoying the fact it's a long story. Like the comic book we're writing, it's a long story. It's not as long by no means. But like if I started writing and did 10 pages instead of 40 pages, right? I was talking to James. I was like, each arc should roughly be about 200 pages, right? In any manga, comic, whatever. It's roughly 200 to 300 pages per arc. We have 5 arcs. That's 1,000 pages, my guy.
I can't wait till we're done. This is so great.
Yeah, we just started. He already said, I can't wait until we're done.
Because you're amazing, and you've been putting in a lot of work, and I appreciate you, sir.
I appreciate you too, man. You are my inspiration.
I'll try.
So be sure to support 21 Blackjack when you can. Kickstarter is up now. We are halfway to our donation goal. So, yeah. Tons of cool stuff if you donate too.
Post the link in the club.
Oh, I did. People laughed at me.
Well, we had some people donate from the club.
Yeah, we did. We had like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah, well, at least 1 or 2 people told me they were going to donate.
So what I did was I posted it one day. I was like, "Hey, I'm writing a comic book. There's tons of rewards if you donate." Da 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 da. Someone commented, "Bro, we broke. We ain't got no fucking money." And like hella people liked it.
Hey, it'd be like that, yo.
And they just started joking on me. I'm like, damn.
They're not lying at all. You'll hear in the club, there's a joke around $3.13. You will see that in there, and that is because we tried to plan laser tag before we had dues, and people RSVP'd on band, and it's time to pay the deposit. I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna pay the deposit. They're gonna pay because they want to go.
Yep.
And I divided up the deposit. It was $3.13 a person. I told them that. People started saying, I can't go now, And so when you hear people joking about how people in this club don't even got $3.13.
No, brookies.
That's like something I would do. I would bring it up all the time.
We got fucking right after that, so...
Yeah, man. We joke around here and just call ourselves brokies. We're broke as fuck. Brokies!
Making it work, though.
Yeah, but we get the fucking work done, you feel me? But no, yeah, I'll definitely share it to you. You can repost it, but I'll post it again. Like I said, the goal is $1,200. Just breaking the news real quick. The goal is $1,200. There's also extended goals beyond that in which more happens. Like if we get to $3,000, everything will get made faster. If we get to $5,000, we'll be re-releasing it about 2 months later in full color. And if we get to $7,000, not only will it be in full color, but things will be getting out faster. I think I'm going to gift everyone else an extra prize. And we'll be making a 54 card 21 Blackjack themed deck. So that will be distributed to those who helped us get to that point. Because you cannot order things like cards in small what's the word I'm looking for? Small amounts.
Quantities.
That's the word.
El Presidente.
What's up?
Where's the merch?
For the club?
Yes.
Oh yeah, why don't you have merch, goddamn?
That was one of the things that the pandemic really like put a pause on. Like literally in March, we were having a contest, where people were entering their designs for a t-shirt and people were voting. Pandemic hits, have to stop dues, don't have any money. So it got put on hold, and then a bunch of the people who entered the contest are no longer in the club. So I didn't want to use their work. So that's in the upcoming plans, to have another contest where people can submit their artwork for the t-shirt. And because we do have a logo, but I'm going to put the logo as an option to vote on, but we'll see. So people can vote on a t-shirt design. We're going to start with t-shirts before we go with anything else, but yeah.
Awesome.
Fair enough.
I'm here for that.
We'll send you a shirt. I have a box of shirts in this bitch. So you can get a Be More Nerdy podcast shirt. What's your shirt size?
Unisex is like a medium or a small.
Perfect. I got plenty of mediums.
Okay.
Yo, bring the shirt to Saturday so I can wear one there.
Bet.
Yeah.
I was thinking about wearing one too.
I'm gonna wear one.
Rep our set like shit.
Gang.
But next news point. Scream. They're making a Scream remake, and I was really skeptical, but I like this promo that they're doing. So with the Scream remake, if you like it and comment on Twitter, you will get a text message from the killer every day up until the movie.
I'm good.
Text message?
Yeah, he'll text you.
I'm all the way good.
Ask for your number. But I liked it because I was like, that's very Scream-like. Like, you're introducing people to a movie that's really old. It's a remake, and the first Scream is old. Let's admit it. It's old as shit. Great, but old as shit. So that's when I'm okay with getting remade. But I like that because Scream is not a goofy killer, but he taunts you. He'll call you, "Hey, I'm in your house." He likes scary movies, shit like that. And they're bringing people who might not have ever seen that movie and won't watch it because it's in bad quality. They're bringing them in. You feel me? I like that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't understand the text message thing, but
yeah, I'm not with that. Don't be texting me every day.
I just don't understand how I understand you sign up for Twitter and you have your number on your account, but how would they get that?
I don't know. That's what they said. But it'd be really funny if they I want to do it just to troll them and they're you're in the house alone, but yeah, you trying to cuddle?
Yeah, I can't play like that.
I don't like people that I do like texting me every day.
Axe.
Out of here.
That's hilarious. All right, my last news point is just one that just shocked me the other day. Have you guys seen Squid Games?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen
Oh my god, Paulus.
Go watch it.
Regardless of my Discord picture right now, I have not.
That's what I said to him. I was doing something and the Discord popped up. I was like, yo, something for Squid Games just popped up in the Discord.
Yeah, no. I know what it's about, but I just haven't, usually when things get really popular and there's a bunch of memes on Twitter and stuff, I'm for some reason it makes me want to watch it less. So
yeah, I understand that. I feel that.
I haven't gotten to it yet.
I was the same way, but I remember seeing this preview and I wanted to see this. So when it started getting popular online, I was like, F it, I gotta see it before someone ruined it for me. So I went the opposite way, but usually I do the exact same thing you do. It's when something gets too popular, it's all right, it kills it for me.
You niggas are too cool to be a part of a trend, huh?
No, that's not what it is. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of okay, whatever. And so I think I was also watching something else at the time. I was trying to finish The Boys, and I was like, all right. So I don't.
Oh yes,
The Boys, baby.
Boys. I can't wait for the next season.
Squid Game. Even though it is a lot of hype around it, it is much recommended. I think it's great.
All right, I'll get around to
it. So the news point is, do you guys know who Mr. Beast is?
Yes.
No.
So Mr. Beast is a white dude. He made his name famous on YouTube by doing things like, hey, I'm gonna go to a bunch of different restaurants and I'm gonna give everyone a varying tip. Like, and it starts like $1, and then at the last restaurant he gives like 3 people $5,000, and it got so many views he kept repeating it. Like, he paid a bounty hunter to try and catch him, and did like all these crazy antics, like buying several cars, buying a boat, buying a helicopter, like just to get away. He does like real life Monopoly where they use real money, and like doing all these crazy antics made him more money, so he can do these larger and larger things. Basically, he opened his own food chain and all that, and he's essentially a millionaire off of doing crazy shit and challenges. He posted a TikTok, and in 2 days, he said, if this gets to 10 million likes, I will recreate the Squid Games. It got to 13 million in like 2 days.
What does he mean, recreate? Maybe
I was thinking the same thing.
Don't people die?
So he's not going to kill people. More than likely, he'll probably just shoot them with a paintball gun in situations like that.
Oh, that ain't worth watching. We could do that.
Thank you. I mean,
But like I said, it's going to be on some extra fucking large scale where I just thought, and I just put this as a news point, is wow, the things you can do with money.
Oh my god, go rent an island and do a real Squid Game.
Hey yo, that's funny as fuck, because he's done challenges before where he's like invited YouTubers out. It was an airsoft tournament where you had balloons and YouTubers, and the winning team got $15K, and it was 3 games. So in total, he spent $45K, like on just the winners. But shit like that is like just amazing to me. I had to talk about it. Like, he wants to recreate the Squid Games, and the fact that this millionaire YouTuber can do it just makes me think, wow, what do the billionaires do on their private islands?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Fucking Jeffrey Epstein. Like, it makes me think, like, damn, this might have been a movie script, but that shit probably happened in somewhere.
I'll put money on it.
Put money on it too. There's an old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And that is my last news point. So now we can get into our topic. And our topic is anime or voice actors that we would want to voice us, either in real life or in anime if you were in one. And this made me think of the comic book, and like hopefully someday we get an anime or cartoon adaptation. And it just made me start thinking, who would I want to voice us? And Prez, you being into anime, I was like, oh, she's probably got a couple voices she's thought about. So I thought this would be a good topic for you as well.
Okay. My only thing is I don't watch dub at all. So, but I'm very big into the seiyus, so I know a lot about voice actors, like the Japanese ones. So I have Japanese versions of these answers.
Okay, just let me know the character they voiced too, because the Japanese ones I gotta think a little harder.
Yeah. Well, the first one on the list was one that fit my personality. Or 3 that fit my personality. But I only have one.
And then we'll cycle through.
Yeah. My number 1 is she's also just my favorite seiyu in general, is Romy Park. She does Edward Elric. She does Killua. She does basically those like tomboy, like high voices. Those are the types of voices that she does. Not like, the high pitched girly voices. Those have never been favorites for me. But I really love Romy Park. Like, she's married to another voice actor, but I can't remember who.
All right. TJ, who you got?
Hold on. No, you go first.
All right. My first one, ironically, is Vic Mignogna, who is the English voice actor for Edward Elric. He also voices Broly. He voices the main guy character in Oriental Host Club, Tamaki. That's his name. He voices Tamaki. He voices Gaara. He voices a lot of people. He's a very well-known voice actor. If you've heard his voice, you know it.
Maybe.
But Vic Mignogna, one of my favorite voice actors, most definitely.
I would go with.
It's my personality.
Not anime, but does animation voice acting. Kari Payton.
Who's he voice?
Cyborg.
Yep, that's definitely you.
Yeah, Aqualad as well, which I did not know.
What's his name again?
Kari Payton.
Oh, the guy from Walking Dead.
Yes.
Damn, why didn't you say that?
I was going with the voice acting that he does, not the actual acting.
Yeah. That's funny as shit, because I would have never. I forget that he is in The Walking Dead. I forget that.
Yeah.
I stopped watching after they fucking pulled that bullshit.
Yep. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. That's when most people stopped watching.
That's when I stopped watching.
And
they deviated way too far from the fucking comic book. It pissed me off.
They're still going. I think the last season is coming, or
it became the Daryl show because Daryl dies, we riot. Like I said, I predicted it was going to become him too.
So I talk about shows that should have been done that keeps going on.
Right.
That is a good example.
Prez, what is your next one?
One strictly for comical purposes. That would be Sayori Hayami, and she is the voice of I think she's Himawari. She's Shinobu from Demon Slayer. She is something else that's Fubuki from One Punch Man. So that's comical because it's not really my personality. It's more of like a girlier voice, it's not high pitched, but it's a little higher than I like.
If that was your voice, I think it'd be one of those, like, I wouldn't be like, what the hell, but it'd be like, oh, that is not what I expected.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I guess I'll do my comical one. My comical voice was Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey.
That's the guy who talks like this.
Yeah.
The bird from Aladdin.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, that would be so perfect for like me comically, because like every time I talk, I always say some wild shit. So hearing someone say some wild shit with that voice would be amazing.
So for my next one, it's gonna be the best one ever. Idris Elba.
Is that your comical one, or is that one that fits you?
That's my comical one.
Really?
That's nothing like me whatsoever.
Isn't he British?
Here with that smooth ass voice.
That smooth Scotch drinking voice. It sounds like yes.
That is the voice. If Scotch had a voice, that's it. Right the fuck there.
And that is not me whatsoever. So I think that would be funny.
That's funny as shit. Actually, yes, I agree. All right, Prez, what's your what's one that's like your dream voice? Like, what's the voice that you wish you had?
Maya Sakamoto, and she basically does a lot of the the older sexy lady characters. So she's Merlin. So think of voices like Merlin.
Oh, say less.
I wish when I love those type of characters.
Like the seductive, long
I love it.
Voice.
Yeah, so that's my my dream voice.
I like that. That's a good fit. And now I'm like seeing you in the cosplay you just posted the other day.
Oh, Rangi, yeah, she's another one. I'm not exactly sure who her voice actor is, but yeah.
I was like, that's immediately the fit that I associated with that voice.
Yeah, that's just, it's a dream voice. I love it so much.
So my dream voice, because I wish my voice was deeper, is Stephen Bloom. Stephen Bloom is the voice for Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop. If you need anything else, he also does Yamato in Naruto, Wolverine in X-Men, or Wolverine in the X-Men. He does a lot. What is it? He's in The Legend of Korra too. TJ would know.
Yeah.
What's the character he plays? Hamon? Is that his name?
Hamon, yes.
Hamon,
he was
okay.
First villain.
Yeah. So that deep, gruff voice is one that I really like. That I wish I had. Yeah.
I'm a big Avatar fan, giant Avatar fan.
He has 3 tattoos on his body of Avatar.
I was actually supposed to get the 4th one done yesterday, but I rescheduled. One of my coworkers saw it today. He said, "I didn't know you was a nerd too." He saw my arm. So yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah. My last one would definitely. Well, there's not last one, is it? This last one?
This is just the one that you like, your dream voice. I think we have 2 more like that fit your personality.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite voice actors, and this is why I chose this person. Dante Basco.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Zuko.
Yeah, that's so you.
He is absolutely one of my favorite voice actors. So definitely, I would like for him to be me.
American Dragon Jake Long like shit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. He made a TikTok like duet thing. They made that Zuko song, and he was like, "Wow, like this sounds just." I gotta find the link, but he was like, "Wow, this sounds just like me." The one where he was singing about Katara and then singing about May, and it was just like, I love his voice, but you know, I wouldn't call his voice. Oh, okay, yeah, his voice is attractive. You know, not the most attractive male voice actor. The most attractive male voice actor voice is what's his name? Junichi Suave, who plays
his last name is Suave?
Suave. He plays Sukuna, he plays Aizawa from My Hero. He plays so many of those characters with like that. He's Archer in Fate.
Yes.
He does all those. He's Yami from the dreaded Black Clover. He is.
Oh my guy! Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like manly man voices. I cannot get enough.
I wish I had a manly man voice that was gruff like that.
I mean, in terms of English, I like Phil Lamar's voice.
I'll just toss out my last 2, which were for people I think fit my voice, but like that, I would like to voice act me if I ever got the choice. Johnny Young Bosch, he's the voice of Ichigo in English.
Okay, yeah.
And then Troy Baker, he does like a lot of video games and other stuff. Let me just search him really quick so I can give you all he's in. Because he's in a lot. Like, as soon as I say a name, you're gonna be like, oh, that voice. Damn, come on, Troy Baker, pop up faster.
It sounds familiar.
I'm trying to think of like something really simple that I can just pull his. Oh, he voices Baki in the new Baki. He also voices. What is he voicing here? I know he was in Young Justice. It's kind of crazy. Let's see. He voices Halo in Young Justice. That's not helping. Come on, Troy Baker. Where's your voice? I'm trying to think of what he's in that I know off the hand. Huh?
I said just IMBD him.
I am. I'm on Google right now. Oh no, he has a nice voice though. I didn't know he was in this too. Crazy. I'm learning a lot more things that he's in. But yeah, no, I really like his voice. Just look him up. He plays like a generic, almost a default character type of voice, where it's very goofy. If you've ever seen anybody or heard anybody play Apex, the character Mirage is voiced by him. The default voice in Saints Row is him. That's his voice.
Okay.
Very comical, yet very stern and goofy. Anybody else got any other voices they want to throw out there?
I got 2 more I can throw out there.
All right, go ahead.
So Ray Hurd plays Borsalino from One Piece.
Okay.
That's the general with the light fruit or whatever. I don't know his fruit name.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that shoots the beam of light. And then lastly, Samuel Jackson. Why not?
I mean, he do be voice acting.
Yes, he
He does
does.
voice act, which is crazy. I think
Yeah.
voice acting is like terribly hard. Like
It is. It is, and that's why people get so frustrated when people when they do like that celebrity thing where they pull like a famous actor to voice act
It is not
instead
good.
of actual voice actors. I think they did that for like something Nintendo did recently, and people were really upset. But because it's just a whole different medium, to be honest. Like it's not the same as acting, just regular acting.
Also, lastly, J.K. Simmons. Throwing that out there.
Jeez.
He did Omni-Man.
Oh yeah, I love J.K. Simmons. Why couldn't I fucking think of him? Omni-Man, Jay Jameson, the dude from Whiplash.
Yes.
That guy's great. I
He's
love
amazing.
that guy. If you haven't seen Whiplash, Prez, watch it. It's a great movie.
I'll start over. I'll make another one.
Add it to my list.
Yo said, think Mark. I have that on my soundboard for my stream. So if you ever pop in and Paul ends up killing us or one of my friends kill us, that gets played.
That was like one of the most disrespectful scenes I have seen in a long time.
Think of your mom as a pet. That nigga was mad. You ever been like so mad but you can't do nothing because someone's bigger than you? Like that's what that was.
It's like you mad at your older brother and they just keep beating the shit out you. You can't do nothing but run to your mouth.
Yeah, you ain't shit.
God. Have you watched
Invincible?
Invincible?
I love Invincible, and I'm waiting for season 2.
Yeah,
I have the books. I'm ready to start. I need to finish reading them. Them books are long as shit.
I didn't read them. I just YouTubed the whole story.
YouTube a lot of it. I'm not gonna. So yeah,
I definitely YouTubed it. Just like they, I forgot who I was watching. They did like the backstory and every character. It was really good.
Yeah, I saw it. All right, well that's all I got. If everyone's all done, we can wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
All right. Well, that's episode 54 of the Bmore Nerdy podcast. We're sad that Diva's not here, but all is well with the world. So make sure to follow her at always_the diva. Yep, on Instagram. And she doesn't have Twitter. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at Galaxy Greg, spelled GA1AXYGR3G. I stream every Monday, Wednesday from 8 until 10. That schedule might be changing because I have a lot going on right now, and I'm trying to learn how to DM Dungeons and Dragons games. With that being said, make sure to follow the pod at Bmore Nerdy, spelled Bmore Nerdy, BMORENERDY, all one word, on Instagram and Twitter. We're starting to get a lot more active with that, and be sure to donate if you can or share to 21 Blackjack, the Kickstarter that is linked in the bio. We post about it every Friday so that, payday comes, you guys can do what you do. But yeah, be sure to do that. And I'm going to hand it off to DJ T Jones.
You can follow me on Instagram at timeless_. That's T Jones. That's TJONEZ. I want to thank our guests, and I want to thank the Bmore Anime Club. Not Bmore. Sorry, I was thinking Bmore Nerdy Podcast. I'm sorry. I would like to thank the DMV Anime Club and the president for being here, and then you guys just for existing. I think that it's an awesome idea. We talk a lot about how anime and just the nerd culture wasn't as prevalent for us growing up, and I like what you guys are doing, bringing people together that have all the same interests. They always say you can always find your people. If you like something, there's someone out there that's going to have the same interest. So I would like to thank you, President, for doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it's no problem. This is, what it turns out that I like doing in my free time.
It's wonderful. I'm so glad that this is something you like doing. With that, we're going to hand it off to you. Shout yourself out. Now's your time to shine. Whatever you want to say. Floor's yours.
Yeah, you can follow me on all social media at the Black Taku. You can follow DMV Anime Club on all socials as well, at DMV Annie Club. If you ever want to join, just follow the instructions that are in the link in the Annie Club bio, and we will get back to you as quickly as we can.
With that being said, we are going to close out. Oh, be sure to follow our music producer, Niles, at Nilitron on Instagram and Twitter and BeatStars. He makes all of our beats that we play in the background during our pods. So be sure to support him. He's got another supply drop coming out, so you might get some new music. And he's also working on on a theme song for us, TJ. Boom. Yeah, we get a theme song. So yeah, he's working on all that. So be sure to follow him. With that being said, we are the Be More Nerdy podcast. Remember to be more nerds. Peace.